Remember the days when you could just game with your friends and you didn't really have to worry about what you were saying? Maybe you'd had a few drinks, so you and your boys might start dropping some of your more offensive jokes. Or maybe one of your snobby friends who's not really your friend joins, and after you beat him, you kind of jokingly make a remark about what you and his mother did the previous evening. Well, all of that would have been fine because everyone knows it was just joking around, and if you didn't like it, you didn't have to game with those people. But not to Sony. Now, if someone gets offended by what you say, they can send a recording of your party chat to Sony to be monitored, and maybe you'll get banned. Sony. What the fuck? Many might argue there's a problem in gaming with communities being toxic through chat and all that, which might be a valid point, but there's always been a way to get away from that toxicity if you wanted to. And that was through the mute button, or through private party chats, or not playing games with people you don't like, or parental controls on what games you can play and party chats. We don't need Big Brother Sony to come in and moderate us like we're school children. And a big part of this is that it's pretty unclear. I've tried researching about chat monitoring by Sony, and all you can really find is people's screenshots from Twitter and the warning messages they are seeing. Can someone send a recording of what you say from an open COD lobby? Can they send your written out chats from any game, or is it only in PlayStation parties? And if it's only in PlayStation party, who the freak joins a party with random people that are going to just bully you? And who the freak stays in a party when you're just getting bullied or offended? Like, just leave. I don't understand how this is an issue. Why does this even exist? If you're that sensitive to where some random guy playing video games in his mom's basement can offend you by throwing out slurs, then just chat in private parties with your friends. And if you're still worried about bullying from your friends, then they probably aren't your friends. And you can always just play online games with no voice chat. And it begs the question, where will it end? I don't want to buy the PS5 just to be banned from using it after I tell some little dweeb to uninstall after I kill him in the next COD. And that brings us to the next issue I've been having with Sony. Censorship of games. And weirdly, it seems like it's only games from Asia. Recently I've seen Sony taking out parts from anime games and censoring things that other publishers like Xbox do not. This has led to some Japanese developers deciding not to publish their games on PlayStation, leading to less games for PS5 players. There's an ESRB for a reason. I don't know why Sony does this. And the worst part is, they aren't consistent at all. The Last of Us Part 2 came out and shows full-blown titty during the sex scene, yet other anime games get censored for less. One of my first videos I made was on this topic, so go check it out for more on this. But that brings us to my final point. Sony lied to us. They originally told us that all the exclusive Sony games for PS5 would only be for the PS5 and not PS4 because they believe in generations, which in my eyes is great. I don't like the idea of buying a $500 console just so I can play a game in 60 frames per second instead of 30 frames per second when that game's development was restricted to weaker hardware. But now it comes out that major exclusives like Horizon Forbidden West are going to be playable on PS4 as well. It just really is disappointing. Now these games are going to be held back by the lower power of the PS4, just like we saw in interviews with Guerrilla Games, where they said they had to take out mechanics they wanted for the original Horizon Zero Dawn because the PS4 was too weak to handle it. It makes me far less excited for the next generation because now we'll probably be years into the PS5 before we see truly next-gen games. And it shows me that Sony will lie to their consumer base. I was very happy with Sony for the PS3 and PS4 generations, but recently they have been heading down the wrong path. They have annoying censorship practices with unclear lines like what exactly can be recorded and reporting when chatting to others online via PlayStation, and what is being censored in games and why. They are willing to lie to their fan base and have made the choice to make some of their bigger exclusives cross-generational. All this has made me lose some faith in Sony and PlayStation. I'm really just less excited for the upcoming next generation. Yeah, I could look to Xbox for another solution, but it's Xbox. Look at their track record of no games and weird decisions. Yeah, they may have bought Bethesda, but that doesn't mean Bethesda will all of a sudden make amazing exclusive games for them. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see how the next generation goes.